So you've heard all the commercials about retirement living. You may know friends who are in retirement living. And perhaps you're wondering if you yourself are ready for retirement living or if your parents are ready for retirement living. How do you know that maybe you or someone you love is approaching that phase?
Right.
Sharon Henderson, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, my pleasure. Sharon is our Vice President of Communications and Public Affairs for Chartwell Retirement Residences and has great answers to all of these questions.
Well, what's interesting is it's really a topic of conversation for a lot of people.
Right.
And it's a topic for individuals who are maybe living alone, maybe you know, starting to feel like maybe they're not getting out as much, maybe they're not driving like they used to, maybe the appointments are starting to stack up, and it's not as easy to fit all of these things in. And at the same time, you've still got a house, and you've still got household maintenance, and you've still got cleaning and shopping, and all of these individual things might be starting to build up that make you think, could I simplify this?
Right.
And what are the things I really want to focus on at this point?
Right.
Like maybe being engaged, getting back into hobbies, spending some time participating in activities again that maybe you've put off just because you're not getting to those locations you used to get to.
Right.
A retirement residence brings that to you under one roof and offers you a lot of benefits.
Right. It does. It certainly does. I know when I have clients coming in to discuss with me about, maybe, what do we have to offer, what's it all about?
Right.
I know that sometimes it is when you're realizing either for yourself or maybe for a loved one that things such as, taking regular medication or taking your medication regularly, I should say, becomes a bit of a challenge. Or maybe, again, as you said, driver's license is no longer a part of the equation.
Grocery shopping.
So how are you going to grocery shop?
Right.
And again, getting out to the social and things like that. And, it's not that this is necessarily negative, it's just this is a natural part of aging.
Right.
And this is why retirement living was created, is to be that wonderful bridge between living at home, whereas you still get to come to a retirement residence and live independently.
Absolutely.
But you've got that support if you need it. And it gives you that opportunity to continue.
And, another aspect is peace of mind.
Yes.
And sometimes that will be one of the things you'll start to think about on, is it time? I was speaking to someone who moved into a retirement home, and she said to me, Sharon, I used to wake up every night at 3 a.m. and I just felt anxious. She said, I still wake up at 3 a.m., but I turn over and I sleep soundly the rest of the night.
Yes.
Because she just knew she felt ready for living in a safe and secure environment.
Exactly.
And that's what living in a retirement residence. It's different for everyone.
Yes.
There are different, there could be even triggers. There could be a health incident that makes you, start to think about, do I really want to return home? Should I be home by myself?
Yes.
Would I be, cared for with a little additional support, or knowing that if I needed to add support?
Yes.
Some of those decisions might be starting the conversation amongst individuals and their friends, their adult daughters. They might be starting to ask around. And I would say, if you're thinking, is it time? It might be time already.
Right. That is so true. That is absolutely true. Because otherwise, it's not going to really enter your mind.
And a crisis is probably not the way you want to make decisions in life. You haven't gone through your life waiting till a crisis happens to be forced to do something. So be in control.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if you go on chartwell.com, you'll find that we have a lot of tools under Getting Started.
Yes.
And you can take a survey that will help determine what level of readiness are you at.
Right.
Do you maybe just need to add some supports to your life? Do you maybe need to start the research process? Maybe you need to have a plan in place that at least says if something changes, if one more thing in the tipping point occurs, then I'm going to be ready for this. And I need to maybe just at least have a plan.
Yes.
You can also decide what tools, how do I start the conversation?
Yes.
How do I evaluate what are the right research methods to start going out and determining what type of residence do I want to live in? What kind of support and services do I want?
Right. Right, right, absolutely. And I mean, it is something to think about. And if you are already thinking about it, as Sharon said, definitely visit the website and, go through that survey. It would be fun to go through it anyway, no matter what stage you're at.
Absolutely.
Because it's definitely something that is an education as well. And I mean, knowledge is power. We all know that. And
there's two surveys. There's
Yes.
one for an adult who's considering it, and there's one for an adult child who's maybe concerned about a parent or maybe isn't living close enough to be feeling confident in that peace of mind.
Exactly.
On wanting to start the conversation.
Right. And there is quite a bit of information on starting the conversation
Right,
because I know
absolutely.
adult children, I totally understand. I've been there and it is a challenge
Yes.
to start that conversation. But thank you so much, Sharon.
You're
That's
welcome.
a ton of information. But don't forget, if you're not sure, visit our website, take the survey, and then if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call the Chartwell closest to you.